Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Depressed Dior, and this is Touhou Genso Wanderer. I believe originally, like, the Japanese name is something like involving Lotus or something like that, which was probably similar to the previous titles. But let's go ahead and continue with the dialogue. Like I mentioned before, there's a lot of front-loaded dialogue and tutorial, so sorry if it's a little slow going right now.
人事だと思って気楽に言ってくれるわよね。期待していますよ。あんたは手を貸してくれないの？私は他にも調べたいことがあるので別行動をとります。レームはいつも通り短期無双するといいわ。なんか丸投げされた気がするわね。その代わりと言ってはなんですが、神社の境内に道場を設けておきましたよ。神社の境内っていつの間に？動物たちが一晩でやってくれました。異変調査に役立つテクニックを学んだり、厳しい訓練によって己の腕を磨くこともできますよ。検討しておきます。ではそろそろ行きましょうか。はーい。おい、ちょっと待て。
Oh, Futo, you're still here.
お主、我のことを完全に忘れているだろう。
うわ！もしかして昨日からずっとここに？ああ、いや、ちゃんと覚えてたわよ。
覚えていたくせに翌日まで放置とは、この人でなしめ。
甘い。その程度の覚悟で一流の仙人に修行してもらおうなんて考えが甘すぎる。本当にやる気があるのなら何日でも何年でもここで石のように待ち続けなさい。それも修行であり、一流の仙人になるためには必要なことよ。
確かに。お主に言われるまでそんなことにも気づかんとは。こんなことだから我はいつまでも下等な仙人のままなのだ。
うんうん、分かればいいのよ。あらレイム、あなたはいつから人にお説教ができるほど偉くなったのですか？
お主は？
はじめまして。私は仙人の茨河川というものです。あなたは？
これは挨拶が遅くなりました。我は物の部の人。1400年の時を経て現世に復活した司会仙です。
So there you go. Futo's, was from like 1400 years ago, so that's why her dialogue or her manner of speaking is rather different. Also, I guess for those who are not familiar with Touhou, pretty much with the exception of Renazuki, everyone's female.
なるほど。あなたも仙人なのですね。
しかし我はまだまだ半人前なのです。一流の仙人になるためにこの神社を訪れました。どうかこの我に修行をつけていただきたい。
私もまだまだ修行中の身です。他人を指導できるような立場ではありません。
いや、これまでの物腰や言動、そしてただならぬ気、あなたはきっと一流の仙人に違いない。
いえ、決してそのようなことは。
少なくとも我よりは立派な仙人様だ。どうかこの哀れな司会仙を導いてほしい。
こんな風にお願いされたら断るのも気が引けますね。
それでは
まずは小手調べです。あなたの実力を見極めさせてもらいます。レームと協力して今起きている異変を解決してきてください。ちょっと待った。私はこんなやつと協力する気はないわよ。どうせ足を引っ張るに決まってるし。ですが彼女と行動することはあなたのためにもなると思いますよ。 そうは思えないけどね。ほら、情けは人のためならずって言うじゃありませんか。
Phrase to live by.
このような行いもやがては良い報いとなって自身に戻ってくるはずです。なんだかすごく面倒なことを押し付けられている気がするんだけど。
うはうはがっぽり。
So Futo is mentioning the money again.
仕方がないわね。そこまで言うならあんたと協力してあげるわよ。
おお、さすがは白麗の巫女。器の大きさが違うな。共に異変を解決しようではないか。
たく邪魔だけはしないでよね。
おっと、そうだ。しばらく厄介になるのだから宿代としてお主にこれを貸してやろう。
宿代？金目のも
の？どうしてすぐそういう発想になるのだ。金目のものではないがなかなか役に立つものだぞ。同じ種類の材料を組み合わせることでその材料を強化することができる大発明。その名も川城。あれ、川城生成装置、略してニトフュージョン。なんとそっけない反応だ。
Yeah, why have a cold reaction to something called Nito Fusion?
だって金目のものじゃないし。何よこれ、泥が詰まっててボタンが押せないじゃない。
なんだと？本当だな。昨日沼で溺れた時に泥水で壊れてしまったのかもしれん。
あんたもそいつもポンコツなのね。
さあ存分に役立てるがよい。
壊れているのにどうやって使えっていうのよ。
言っておくが貸してやるだけだからな。間違っても売ったり捨てたりするでないぞ。
I don't think Futo's listening anymore.
はいはい。使えもしない大層なガラクタをどうもありがとうございました。
Thank you very much for your useless junk. Here we are, Hakurai Shrine. You might think that the dialogue is over, but you're wrong. So first we'll talk to you. Art thou training daily? Thou canst not train only a single day. Thou must not slack off.
あら、あんたは確かはじめまして。私はキエダ家9代目当主キエダのアキューと申します。
So, Akyu is, as mentioned, part of the Hiede family, and their family, that particular family, is all about recording history.
どうぞよろしくお願いします。なんてね。ひどいじゃないですか、レイムさん。私のこと忘れちゃったんですか？そんなわけないじゃない。やだわ。
This is also the first time I've ever seen Akyu with longer hair. Also, I think Akyu originally had, like, purple hair. She wasn't in any of the Dalmaku games, I know that much.
いいですよ、もう。
Then again, I don't know about the later Dalmaku games.
で、今日はどうしたのよ？レイムさんはこれから異変の調査をしに行くんですよね。こんな私でも何かの役に立てるんじゃないかと思って。 どこで聞いたのか知らないけど、耳が早いわね。
昨日人里で情報収集をしていた河川さんに偶然お会いしたんです。その時に大体の事情はお聞きしました。ぜひお手伝いさせてください。
そんなこと言って、本当は幻想郷演技に異変の行く末を記録したいだけでしょ？
もちろんそれもあります。ですが今回は異変そのものではなく、レイムさんに関する出来事を中心に記録していくつもりです。いろいろとお役に立てると思いますよ。
ま、調査状況を振り返りたい時には便利かもしれないわね。
記録が見たい時は私に声をかけて幻想郷演技を確認してみてください。素敵でスリリングな記録が残るよう応援してますね。
そこは普通に異変調査を応援しなさいよ。
それはそうと、レイムさん、あなたに一つお願いしたいことがあるのですが。
何よ。
レイムさんも知っての通り、今回の異変では幻想郷の住人が複製され敵となっています。しかし現時点では情報が少なく、それらに対処するのはとても困難です。そこでレイムさんにはこの幻想郷演技外伝に複製体を含んだ敵の詳細な情報を記録してほしいのです。
Gensokyo Chronicle Gaiden。
私が記録するの？言っておくけどね、敵と戦ってる最中にそんな余裕なんてないわよ。
それに関しては心配いりません。その幻想郷演技外伝は所有者の経験を読み取る特別性、つまり倒した敵の情報が勝手に記録されていくんです。これは敵の情報に限った話ではありません。罠、地形、アイテム、そして実際に足を踏み入れた場所の情報なんかも記録されます。本当ならば私が自ら情報を集めたいところですが、残念ながら私は非力な人間です。レイムさんのようにはいかないでしょう。
そういうことならま
では執筆はお任せしましたよ、白麗先
あやだわ、先生なんて。いいわ、幻想郷演技外伝のことは私に任せなさい。
はい、よろしくお願いします。
Got the Gensokyo Chronicle Gaiden. So if you want to, you can check the Chronicle, which right now doesn't have much. We can look over our tutorial, the various investigations, which are essentially the levels that we went through. We can also go through conversation records, which is actually kind of useful if I ever screw up recording something. And then this here is Kakashi Spirit News, which just, I believe this is Reimu just using a spell card. There's some DLC and some other nonsense, but that's all we unlocked so far. Yeah, okay. You can talk to her as well, but she doesn't really have much to say. Tell me all about the incident. Alright. We can go up here, which is where you can deposit it and withdraw items. Notice I don't have anything anymore. In fact, I'm level 1 again, and I also have no equipment. There's also a shop here. We do have our money, so if I want to go into a dungeon with a weapon already in hand, I can do so. There's a bunch of items. I think it's just, yeah, it's just weapons and shields right now. And some of these, like this Hall of the Famed Champagne, is actually two-handed. And each of these have some fancy little text, which I'm not going to read right now. Maybe later. Okay. So at this point, we We can go onwards, or we can go to the dojo. So there's the changing room. If we want to, we can change into a skirted bikini.
ザ・早着替え
End up looking like this.
選択しておきましたからね。
There's a Santa Claus outfit.
どの衣装にしますか？さあ、心機一転頑張ってくださいね。どの衣装にし
And
ます
then,
か？
of course, you can go back to the Hakurei Maid outfit.
他にも着る服があったのですね。
Alright, so there's the Sage Trials and then the Novice Trials here. When there are a lot of enemies, I recommend escaping down a narrow path. Defeat them one at a time. Good to know. Alright. So, Sage's Beginner Orientation. Novice Orientation 01. I'm impressed you came to the dojo to learn the basics. I've created a series of trials, each one floor long. Well, the animals actually did the work, but... Now, first is the most basic of basics, walking. If you can't do this, you're better off just giving up. You cannot bring items with you here. If you proceed, all your items will be deposited in the warehouse. Are you up to the challenge? Yes. Master Diagonal Movement. Here we will introduce basic controls and techniques. Each time you go down a floor, the trial changes and your items and status will reset. So make sure you complete every trial. First, the most basic of basics, Diagonal Movement. Move Rainbow and aim for the magic circle. So, pressing the right button, then the up button will cost you 2 turns. However, if you press right and up at the same time, it'll cost you 1 turn. If you only want to move diagonally, hold X and RB together. Or sorry, X and right bumper together. You cannot move vertically or horizontally while holding those buttons. So yeah, you can... It's true you can do it this way, or you can just do right trigger, which is easier. Alright, next challenge. Find the hidden traps. Traps are generally hidden on the ground and are not visible. You have to step on them or attack over them to find their location. Let's drink the eye drops here. If you drink eye drops, you can see traps on the floor and invisible enemies. So yeah, just showing that you can reveal that way. Now you can look and see all the traps on the map. There's definitely a variety. Novice Sage Orientation. Using traps. Most traps are harmful, but in some cases you can use them to your advantage. Blowaway traps will blow you 10 spaces away. You won't stop until you're blown 10 spaces or you run into an obstacle or person. Use traps to get to the other side of the waterway. So this trap here will launch you backwards from where you came from. So if we do this, we'll do that. If you hit a wall or something while you're flying back, you will take damage. And at this point, it would hurt quite a bit. Novice, alright, a Shrine Maiden who withstands explosions. You're surrounded by enemies, but there's a landmine trap that will explode if you step on it. The explosion can defeat most enemies, but in exchange you won't receive any experience. Now be brave and step on that trap. So yeah, cost 70% of our life, but we did kill them all. Go for it! Talisman Master Part 1. You can use talismans as many times as the number displayed. Generally it will have the same effect whether you use it or throw it. If you throw them, you'll throw your whole stack of talismans, however. The effect will be greater depending on how many were in the stack. Talismans will go toward the direction you're facing, whether you use it or throw it. As a Thunder Talisman, deals damage to enemies. The enemy's title will change depending on their rank. So Circle just means the name. So Chan, Regular, San, Sama, and Big are the 5 different titles. higher the rank, the stronger the enemy. However, that doesn't mean every enemy has 5 ranks. The enemy on the right is a strong enemy at your current level. Use the Spine Talisman to make it unmovable. So, Bind Talisman. Then we'll just go around and leave. Go for it, Talisman Master Part 2. The talisman on the top left has an effect of switching your location with the person you hit with it. Use this to go to the opposite shore. Hey, Mei-Ling. Some enemies will have annoying skills. The Irin on the island is an enemy who shoots Rainbow whenever she's in a straight line from her. If you use an Incompetence Talisman, you can block this ability of hers. Lose enemy special ability. So yeah, even though it didn't kill me in one shot, the moment I step on that mud puddle, I believe it delays you for 1 turn. And that's when Irin would just shoot you twice and finish you off. Or it could be just whenever you go diagonal, because she'll shoot diagonal as well. Go for it, Talisman Master Part 3. Some talismans affect yourself when you use it. Yagakoro Ointment is a talisman that can heal your reduced power and status conditions. So my power decreased by 1 because I stepped on that, and now I have the ointment. So I'll go ahead and use it. Hot and cold compression wrap with Yagakoro Ointment. So I'll get my power back. Blow away talisman, blow enemies away, similar to the blow away traps. Also, you can easily defeat Medicine or Yamame by throwing Yagakoro Ointment at them. You can change your direction by holding X and pressing up, down, blah 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 blah. Change directions to respond to enemies from any side without using a turn. So there's 2 medicines, and up north is I think it's a Kasumi. So what we can do here is we can actually throw this Yagakoro Ointment, and it'll instantly kill the medicine. And the one here, I can just use this to throw it over there. Oh, it's a Mei-Ling. The talisman burned. Talismans are vulnerable to fire, so you need to be extra cautious around burning traps. If you place the talisman inside a gap, fire can't harm it, so that's one way to protect them. Weapon characteristics and dual wielding. Some weapons have special effects and are more than just equipment that increases your stats. For example, Ying Ying Ball is effective against yokai enemies. Weapons and armor have various characteristics. Check them in the item description. So, Ying Yang Ball, red and white orb that appeared in the Hakure Shrine cellar. If you press its button, it can open and close. It's not clear what it's for, but I'm sure it's strong. You can see from ability, resonance, and seal, it's all Y for yokai, I believe. Go ahead and equip this. And Medicine is not a yokai, she's actually a doll, so that's why I didn't do as much damage. You can equip a second weapon in your left hand while you have one equipped in your right hand. However, you can't have armor and a second weapon equipped at the same time. Therefore, wielding 2 weapons will decrease your defense but increase your attack. So second Yin Yang Ball, we'll go ahead and equip it and put it in our left hand. So now we have 2. And each item can level up as always. And Cerno is not a yokai, she's a fairy. They're exclusive 2-handers. The characteristics you can control is able to wield, the character you control is able to wield 2-handed weapons. 2-handed weapons are very powerful, but be careful. You can't wear armor with them, so your defense will be low. Unicorn Horn. Horn of a unicorn and an evolved form of a rushing beast. It's very hard and dense. A rushing unicorn is said to be able to kill animals as large as an elephant. So the resonance shows that it's two-handed. It also has skewer, which means it can pierce through. And that's pretty much the gist of it. So we'll go ahead and equip it. Actually, I guess I'll take a look at status. Oh, I can't show it there. Okay. Anyway, but this thing actually has attack and defense on it, so even though I can't wear a shield with it, it does provide a little bit of defense. So yeah, this thing has 3 reach and it pierces through enemies. And that's it for that. Next challenge. How to use gaps, part 1. Generally, gaps are used to store items, but some can be used for other things. Use a suck gap to attract items that you are facing. Try to attract an item on the opposite shore. So there are, if you look at the bottom right, that shows how many floors there are left of this. So we're at 10 of 32 of this tutorial. Granted, these are actually pretty short. It's just there's just a bunch of tutorial text to read. Suck gap. Use. There we go. Now the catch about this thing is I can't actually pull the item out of here. So the only way to actually use the item that I just sucked up is I have to get it out of the gap. Now remember, it mentioned that you can throw gaps against walls. And all the contents will fall out. So we do that to get the swap talisman. And we use the swap talisman. Get it across. You can use a shelter gap to avoid enemy encounters for a little while. If you throw it at an enemy, it will be bound. Alright. That's a big Cerna right there. Probably don't want to mess with it, so we're just going to throw it. We can also hide in it if we want to. And you can't actually enter it. Alright, so yeah, if you attack it, it breaks it. We're just gonna get out of here. Next challenge. Novice Sage Orientation, How to Use Gaps Part 2. Most gaps break and spill their contents when thrown at something, but the explosion gap is different. When it collides with something, it will explode. The explosion will be bigger depending on how many items were inside the gap at the time. Also, by selecting an item with the Y button, you can store multiple items in a gap at once. So what we can do here is we can go select all of these, insert into the explosion gap all at once, and then throw it. Even at this distance, it still got me. Luckily, the landmine only does percentage damage, so it didn't kill me. If you store items inside a soul gap, your health, power, and status effects will fully recover. But if the gap gets filled to its limit, you will get sleep, so be careful. There you go. So yeah, you store it in there and you get health, and then I get hit with a falling bucket, which I believe does raw damage. Secret skill, Zigzag Walk. Enemies like Irin or Tochiko will attack you from a distance if you're in a straight line from them. Try moving away so you won't stop and get hit by them. That's how you do it. Boop. Ouch. Yeah, there's an enemy all the way to the far right. You can see it on the map. that, and that. Novice Sage Orientation. Concentrate on survival. You must hurry. If you encounter an enemy that you can't defeat, falling back is a great strategy. Meleeing won't follow you into a passageway, so try using those to escape. There's actually a trap right there, so I'm just going to avoid it. And remember, you can't go diagonal into a passageway, you have to enter straight on. Press B while you're above an item. You can get on top of it. Also, throwing money at an enemy will deal damage based on how much money you throw. It's wasteful, but try to throw some money with a ground command. So hold B and go diagonal. You can see freaking Cerno looking all evil right there. And then I can look at ground and then throw it. It's usually used for shopping, but it's also a good weapon to hit yokai with. 198 damage, so it does about 1 damage for every 10. So that's good to know. Enemies that float won't stop even if there's a waterway, but floating is a special effect, which means an incompetence talisman can nullify it. Hint, hint. Yep, and you're stuck. Let's mix Naito Fusion! Hold Y and press right to bring up Naito Fusion. Use Naito points and materials to mix new items. So we just picked up some points and then some materials. A Naito Fusion. It's all the way at the bottom here. Makes slight flight track, makes you feel like you can fly. Now jump 5 spaces forward. Oop. I don't know what this item is, but I'm gonna do this item instead. Oh, I see. Okay. It's making me pick that for some reason. Eye drops removes the blind effect. You will be able to see enemies and traps. Take it orally. Thus we know that there's a trap here, and sends us flying. Alright, we picked up Jump, Turn to Hakare. Turns you to base. Got Batwing, a wing that's often found at the Scarlet Devil Mansion. Indian Ink, same Indian ink used by Akio. It doesn't wash off your hands easily and it's very hard to clean up if spilled. Mysterious scrap paper, made from a mysterious wood-based material. It seems to possess a bit of magical power. Alright, so I can craft some things. Blow away Talismans 3 launches enemy backwards. And I can make this. And I can make swap talismans. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use the blow away talisman first. And then the swap talisman. Novice Sage Orientation. Let's fusion. Nito Fusion. As you progress through the story, you'll be able to use Nito Fusion's fusion function. By fusing weapons and armor, you can pass on the equipment's experience and special effects. Enemies in the next room seem tough, so let's fuse some items here to progress. We got a Stupa. And a Grape. So we got a Patrol Tengu Sword. Spring Hat. A hat that gives off the feeling of spring. As long as you have this, you can end winter before the season cycle around. At least it'll make you feel like that. Stupa. Wooden board and distinguished by its eerie Engravings. For some unknown reason, gods seem weak against this. If the Aki sisters ever misbehave, punish them with this. And then grape. One of the flavors of fall. Its skin is a deep purple color, and the fruit within it is a pale green. It's quite sweet and contains a lot of juice. Ito fusion! So yeah, we can do equipment fusions as well. So if we do Tengu with Stupa, we will get 5 plus 12 as our total stats. If we do it the other way, it'll be 5 plus 17. With a bunch of other abilities. So yeah, I think I'll do this. It's stronger for one thing. Then Spring Hat with Grape gets you 615, and the other one gets you 615 as well. Is that right? No, sorry. And if you get Grape, you'll get 9 plus 20. So you'll do that. Okay, and we'll go ahead and equip Stupa and the Grape. Now I have a big stick and a Grape. Alright, my Grape became cursed. That's okay. Can't move, can't move, can't move. And we're out. Novice Sage Final Exam. Use everything you've learned and aim for the goal. There will be no hints for this exam, do your best. So this next 16 is all just testing. So let's just do it. Okay, Alien got stuck. This is all diagonal movement here. Explosive drug. Explodes if consumed or thrown. Affects the surroundings as well, so be careful. Throw. Okay. Shelter gap. So the thing to be careful here is you actually need to lure this. I like the radioactive barrel she's stuck in. And then throw it. Go around her. Because you can't step over her. Alright. Ouch. Find Talisman. Also for safety, I'm just going to rest. There we go. Alright, so here's the gimmick here. Enemies can't go through each other, so you want to bind her right there. So she's stuck. Okay. I believe she has a ranged attack. So that's something to be aware of. Yeah. Luckily she will not do her ranged attack while in the tunnel. Now hold down B. You gotta make sure you hold down B or else you'll pick it up. And we can do this. Yeah, because it doesn't let you throw money otherwise. At least I don't think it does. Congratulations on your first clear of Novice Sage Final Exam. As a prize for your first clear, you get Preserve Gap 9. Please make good use of them on your adventure. I've prepared even harder lessons that will be a gift for clearing all of them, so try your best. Well, that puts me at... Alright, well, spell cards are surely... so we're at intermediate orientation. Spell cards will surely help you break through tough situations. It would be a shame for you to be defeated just because you didn't use your cards. Plus, you can say things like, hit, secret skill, stuff like that, right? Yeah, so that gap I just got, it will be tossed in the warehouse, which is fine. Cast those spell cards. Spell cards are a powerful tool to break through a tough spot. Don't be stingy with your items and proceed to the next floor. You need to be careful when you're surrounded by enemies, like right now, for example. Slumber. Slumber Pereso Particle puts all enemies on the floor to sleep. Whoa, it doesn't last that long. Good to know. And they're still following me. I don't know what that money is. Alright, my body's floating. And the Kasume do trigger the traps and stuff as well, so that Kasume is flying and chasing me. So good thing I didn't go for the money, or else it would have killed me. Throwing spell cards. Some spell cards have effects you don't want to use. In this dungeon, there will be unidentified spell cards on the ground. You can only identify them by throwing them at an enemy. But if they get thrown at you, you might end up in big trouble. Eradication, final moment. Enemies hit with it won't appear until after challenge is over. It only works on the last enemy you hit. I see, so wait, is it like this? Yep. It destroys the, everything that matches it, even if it's a different, ranking. That's kinda neat. You can use that to get rid of all of a really tough enemy on a floor. Ping! Hina Pinball! When you throw an item at Hina type enemies or at a square with the turbulence terrain on it, it will be reflected in a different direction. Because it will be reflected towards the nearest character or terrain, it may end up going somewhere unexpected. Eradications. Eradication, final moment. Well, I'm definitely curious to see what will happen. So yeah, bounced right into those Flandre there and killed them all. Which I'm guessing clears out the ones that are in this room. Maybe medicine. Yukakoro brand elixir, it's a very amazing medicine that will bestow happiness upon you when used. And it leveled me up. Intermediate say terrain, Foggy Blacksmith and Misty Poison. If you run into a Blacksmith Neodo with weapons or armor equipped or throw them in there, the Neodo will strengthen them for you. There are no downsides to this, so use them to your advantage. I do like the fact that he mentions that, hey, there's no actual downside to this. So, I'll go ahead and equip this then. Also... Oh, I see. The ability of a Tengo shield is it actually increases your max HP. So that's what that HPU means, it's HP up. Right. And now it's been enhanced. Poisonous is a terrain that inflicts venom on those who step foot on it. Usually it's a bad idea to even go near this terrain, but if you throw water at it, it'll change it into poison. Oh, I see. Power will decrease by 1 and you will be slowed. You will also receive some damage. So now you're slowed. So I'm able to get 2 actions past her 1. Also, since I debuffed her power, that's probably the only reason why I didn't get one-shotted there. Terrain, flame and flower. There's a flame nearby. Obviously standing in it will hurt you. Enemies will also take damage from flames, especially ice fairies. I wonder what will happen if... Wow, just being near it kills her. Too bad Cerna is weak against room temperature. As long as you don't attack Yuko-type enemies, they'll ignore you. Just walk right. Walk right by and keep going. But if you accidentally step on her flowers... Yeah, I never mess with Yuka's flowers. I don't care if there's money there. I'm not gonna anger the Yuka. She will twin spark me so fast. Alright, next challenge. Equipping seals. Alright, let me check my time. Alright, got a little bit longer. Seals can be found on equipment and provide a variety of effects. If you add a seal to an empty slot in a piece of equipment, it will provide its effect to that equipment only. Scarlet Ribbon. A ribbon as red as blood. You can faintly feel the touch of fate when you wear it. Yeah, I got a red ribbon in my hand. Vitality up. Blast suit. And relief. Okay, so at least we can look at it this way. Vitality up increases max HP capacity. Blast suit cuts the damage received from explosions in half. And relief reduces damage and additional damage that ignores defense. Does not work on explosion damage. Okay, and if all the slots are filled, you can't use it. So yeah, I got shot twice there. Allows you to attack enemies through walls. I see. Since you can't actually move through this crack, you can actually attack through that way. Good to know. Let's dismantle Nito Fusion. Dismantle is one of the functions of Nito Fusion that will be unlocked during your adventure. Like the name says, it dismantles items. Dismantling an item will turn it into materials or Nito points. If you want to get rid of extra items or make ingredients for mixing, please use this. Dangerous drug. Strengthening liquid, banned evil, explosive drug. Dangerous drug. A failed creation inflicts many horrible effects upon its user. Explodes if consumed or thrown. Affects surroundings as well. Be careful. And then Band Evil. Lucky charm that will absorb the disasters encountered by its user. But if it stores too much heat. Created items. That. Whatever that is. Got strength in the liquid. DLC. Well, I can't craft anything, so I guess that didn't help me any. Nope, didn't work.
こんなところで
Alright, let's try it again, shall we? So yeah, there was no point in doing dismantling here. Okay, whatever. Let's appraise Nito Fusion. Some dungeons are unidentified dungeons, where all the items you'll find are unknown. To figure out what an item does, you'll have to use it or cast a certain spell card to identify it. But as you progress in your adventures, appraise will be unlocked and you can use it to identify things. Use your Nito points wisely to uncover the truth. Yamabiko card. Tengu card. Kent paper. Money talisman. Carbon paper. Alright, that doubles speed apparently. Carbon paper? Oh. That leveled up meleeing. Use? Oh, binds her. Spring Heralding Fairy card. It was Fantasy Seal! I don't know what to do. This levels up things. Alright, I might be screwed here. Huh. Well, now she's big. Now she's faster.
私の本気見せてあげるわ。
Oh my god, I barely pulled that off. Alright. Give me one moment. Alright, I'm gonna put a break here. I'm the Depressed Eeyore. This was Touhou Genso Wanderer, and I'll see you guys next time.